Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are doing well at your homes. In the last video lecture, you learned about physical and chemical effects of heat. Today, we will study about measurement of temperature using thermometer. And I hope the Tata Edge video must have been informative to you. After the completion of the topic, students, you will be able to number 1. Explain construction and working of a mercury in glass thermometer. So students, you will be able to name the various parts of a mercury in glass thermometer and explain their working. Number 2. You will be able to compute range and least count of a given thermometer. You will be able to calculate range and least count of a thermometer. Number 3. You will be able to measure the temperature of a body using a mercury thermometer. Number 4. You will be able to differentiate between a clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. So students, you will be able to differentiate a clinical thermometer from a laboratory thermometer. The simplest thermometer with which we all are familiar is the mercury in glass thermometer. It is based on the thermal expansion of the mercury, which means that mercury expands on heating. And this thermometer is shown in the picture here. Construction of mercury in glass thermometer. This thermometer consists of a narrow capillary tube of glass. It is closed at its upper end and has a bulb at its lower end. The bulb is filled with mercury. Students, just have a look on the diagram of this mercury in glass thermometer. It is having a narrow capillary tube of glass and this tube is closed at its one end and on the other end it has a bulb. The bulb is filled with mercury. Working. The mercury present in the bulb of the thermometer expands when heated. The length of mercury in the thermometer gives us the measure of temperature of the object. And now when we put the bulb of this thermometer in contact with the object, then the heat from that object flows into the bulb and then into the mercury. Now when mercury gets heated up, it starts expanding in the capillary tube. The extent of the expansion of the mercury depends on the extent of heating of the thermometer. Means more is the heating, more will be the expansion of the mercury in the capillary tube. This in turn depends on the temperature of the object with which the thermometer bulb has been put in the contact. Students, do you remember what was the first learning outcome? Yes, good. To explain the construction and working of a mercury in glass thermometer. And now I hope you all are able to explain the construction and working of a mercury in glass thermometer. Why is mercury used in ordinary thermometers? This is because mercury expands in a uniform way. Mercury remains in liquid state over wide range of temperature. Mercury does not stick to the walls of glass tube and mercury is a shining liquid. So, students, we just read that mercury expands on heating and it expands in a uniform way. Okay, and then it remains in its liquid state. On getting heated, it does not change its state and it does not stick to the walls of glass tube and it is a shining liquid due to which we can take the reading easily. Two commonly used scales of temperature are number 1 Celsius scale, number 2 Fahrenheit scale. Celsius scale is often marked as degree C and Fahrenheit scale is marked as degree F. Students, as you know, you can measure your height in feet, inches, meters or centimeters. These are the different scales used to measure the height. Just like that, we can measure temperature on Celsius scale or Fahrenheit scale. Students, let's compare Fahrenheit and Celsius scale reading. Normal room temperature in Celsius scale is 23 degrees Celsius and in Fahrenheit it's 72 degree Fahrenheit. Normal human body temperature is 36.9 degrees Celsius and in Fahrenheit it's 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. Boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius and in Fahrenheit it's 212 degree Fahrenheit. The freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius and in Fahrenheit it's 32 degree Fahrenheit. Suppose height of Abhay is 163 centimeter. He can convert it into meters by dividing it by 100. So height of Abhay in centimeters is 163 centimeters and in meters his height is 1.63 meters. Similarly, students, we can convert temperature in degree Fahrenheit into degree Celsius. So in this example, let's convert 212 degree Fahrenheit into Celsius scale. Okay, so the formula is temperature in degree Celsius is equal to temperature in degree Fahrenheit minus 32 multiplied by 5 by 9. So in place of temperature in degree Fahrenheit, we will write 212 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, so we have written here 212 degree Fahrenheit. And so the equation becomes temperature in degree Celsius is equal to 212 minus 32 multiplied by 5 by 9. Okay, and 212 minus 32 is equal to 180. So the equation becomes temperature in degree Celsius is equal to 180 multiplied by 5 by 9. Okay, and this becomes 180 divided by 9 is 20. So 20 into 5 is equal to 100 degree Celsius. So dear students, 212 degree Fahrenheit is equal to 100 degree Celsius. So the boiling point of water in Fahrenheit scale is 212 degree Fahrenheit and in Celsius scale the boiling point of water is 100 degree Celsius. Range. The difference in the temperature of two fixed reference points is called range of the thermometer. Students, just have a look on the picture of this thermometer. Okay, the two fixed reference points in this thermometer are 30 degrees Celsius and 40 degrees Celsius. So these two are the two fixed reference points. Okay, then how we find the range? We find the range by subtracting the two fixed reference points. Okay, so range of this thermometer is equal to 40 degrees Celsius minus 30 degrees Celsius is equal to 10 degrees Celsius. Least count is the smallest value that can be measured from an instrument, and its mathematical formula is least count is equal to difference between two marked readings divided by total number of divisions. So students, let's take two marked readings as 30 and 31. Now we have to find the difference between the two marked readings. Okay, and difference is found by subtracting both the marked readings. So it is equal to 31 degrees Celsius minus 30 degrees Celsius. Now we have to divide it by total number of divisions. Now in between 30 and 31 there are two divisions. First division is this and second division is this. Okay, so two divisions are there. So we will divide it by 2. So 31 minus 30 divided by 2, which is equal to 1 degree Celsius divided by 2, and which in turn is equal to 0.5 degrees Celsius. So the least count of this thermometer is 0.5 degrees Celsius, which means that one division of this thermometer is equal to 0.5 degrees Celsius. Now let's take the reading which is shown by the mercury thread of this thermometer. See, this is the mercury thread. Okay, this is 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, and this is 38 degrees Celsius. But mercury is in between 37 and 38 exactly at this division. And we know that one division is equal to 0.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the temperature shown by this thermometer is 37.5 degrees Celsius. Students, this is a clinical thermometer. This is the glass tube and this is the bulb. In this bulb, mercury is stored and you can observe a kink here. This is the kink which does not allow mercury to fall back, and inside it there is a small capillary tube in which the mercury expands when it gets heated. Now you can observe here it is written degree F. Okay, degree F means this is Fahrenheit scale, and on the other side degree C is written. This is Celsius scale. Let's find the range of this thermometer. For this I am taking this Celsius scale reading. It is starting from 35 degree to 43 degree. So range of this thermometer is 35 degrees Celsius to 43 degrees Celsius. Now let's find its least count. For the least count, we have to take two marked readings. So I am taking 35 degree and 36 degree as the two marked readings. And we have to count the number of divisions between these two marked readings. And there are 10 divisions between 35 degree and 36 degrees Celsius. So what we have done, we have subtracted the two marked readings and divided by number of divisions. So 36 minus 35 divided by 10, it is equal to 1 divided by 10, which is equal to 0.1 degrees Celsius. So this is the least count of this thermometer, which means that one division of this thermometer counts 0.1 degrees Celsius. Now I have recorded my body temperature by keeping it under my tongue for 1 minute, and you can see the mercury thread. See? You can see, so the mercury thread is at 36.9 degrees Celsius. So this is showing the normal human body temperature. Students, now I hope you all are able to compute range and least count of a given thermometer, and you are also able to measure the temperature of a body using a mercury thermometer. Clinical or doctor's thermometer. Students, this kind of thermometer is used to measure the human body temperature. Okay, so clinical thermometer has a kink, so mercury does not fall back by itself and we can take the reading conveniently. Students, the second picture is of the clinical or doctor's thermometer. Now you can observe this kink. Okay, now due to the presence of this kink, when mercury rises in the capillary, it does not fall back by itself. Okay, so what happens? We can take the reading conveniently. And the range of the clinical thermometer is from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Now you can see the range. This is 35 degree and this is 42 degrees Celsius. Next type of thermometer is ordinary or laboratory thermometer. And this kind of thermometer is used in labs to measure temperature of boiling water, etc. Okay, so ordinary thermometer does not have kink. So mercury falls back by itself and we cannot take the reading conveniently. So the first picture is of laboratory thermometer. You can see there is no kink. So as there is no kink, so mercury falls back by itself and we cannot take the reading easily. And the range of the ordinary thermometer is usually from 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. And in some cases, its range may be from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. Students, now the fourth learning outcome is achieved. Now you all are able to differentiate between clinical thermometer and laboratory thermometer. Students, this activity you will do in your notebooks. You can use a clinical thermometer available at your home. Before measuring the body temperature, wash the thermometer and hold it firmly and give it a few jerks. Now place the thermometer gently under the tongue of the person being observed. Let it remain there for about 1 minute. Now take out the thermometer and note the reading. Please keep following precautions in mind. Never put the thermometer in the mouth of a child. The person under observation must close her mouth around the thermometer bulb very gently. The bulb should not break, as any amount of mercury going inside the body can prove dangerous. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.